And there we go. Right. So basically, we just talking. We just do whatever we want. And let's start off with the communications. Okay. So for me, small talk is like just scripting. Like you already know every single thing that the person is gonna say, and why they're gonna say it, and usually how they feel about it.
Unless you object to normal small talk standards and like
Yes.
just go a.
Like, hey, it's like sup. Yeah. Nothing ever
Right.
happens in small talk, but at the same time, it's hard to avoid doing it.
Oh, not for
Because
me, man. It's
No,
so
you just gotta
freaking
be
easy.
completely insane. It's like
Basically,
they go sup, instead of saying like anything, you just like do a backflip into a split and then like worm your way across the ground.
look at this. Just snake
it's not
train.
just cool. That's like an objectively correct way to live life.
Dude, man, like when someone starts small talking at me, I immediately turn that into like conversation. Like I just just like,
I wish I had the ability to just start a conversation about something.
oh, it's a
from
skill, not
nothing.
an ability. It's a skill.
I always need to have something to actually talk about. I can't
I
just
never
come
do.
up with something to talk about. from
Okay,
nothing.
so this is how I started, right? So I was like, I was always, my sister's like, 2 years younger than me, so we're never like in the same school, right? So I'm just always that solo person. And for some reason, my parents were just super addicted to like changing my schools like every 2 freaking years, like every 1 or 2 years, to where I couldn't actually make any long term anythings, right? And I was always
Yeah,
like the
I
new
relate to that.
person, yeah. And everyone already had their cliques, they already had their stuff, and I was just always like the outsider. Yeah. And people are always like usually, timid or scared or, weirded off about like what they don't know. And they're like, oh, that's a whole new human. We don't know that stranger. Yeah, let's question him. Let's, and you kind of like, subtly interrogate him just to see if, we're safe around him. All right. So,
Yeah, that sounds like kids at school.
yeah. So
People
basically,
in life, to be
yeah.
honest, it continues.
Right.
People do that all the time.
So when you're about to
Yeah,
go walk
I
up to a
believe it.
person, like before you talk to him, what are you thinking in your face? I mean, in your brain, behind your face.
What is your face do? Is it twitching?
Right.
My face is screaming.
Oh man. Okay, so what I'm thinking is what I used to think was, "Yep, I have absolutely nothing I care to talk about, but the hell if I'm not going to improve in my communication skills." So I just walk up there and like eventually I'll say some words, and it's way better than small talk. Way better than small talk. So then I just do that. I go up there and I'll be like, "Oh, nice weather we're having, right? It's great for the migration of birds. Certain species of birds, which I don't know of because I never cared to study birds." And then they're looking at me like I have no scripts for this. I'm actually gonna have to think while communicating with you, and that's the first step. You get them to realize that they have to think just to speak to you, that they can't turn off their brain and be all like, because that's basically small talk. You just turn off your brain and you gur. And no one cares to hear what you're gurring about because they already know. The good weather we're having. They already know. They're bored. They don't care. So basically, anything that they can't follow a script on. Anything they can't follow a script on. Like, go ahead. I dare both of you to try and engage me in small talk and keep small talk going. You can't. I'm like a ninja at anti-small talking.
Sounds accepted. The weather we're having today, huh?
What do you mean by the weather? Like inside your house, outside your house, in your car, in your vehicle? Like where? Where exactly?
Ever since the accident, my room has had its own ecosystem.
Oh.
Like, even though it's raining outside today, it's basically summer in here.
Ooh, how hot is it up in there though?
It varies. At night, it can be as low as 20 degrees
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know that
But,
in Fahrenheit.
I mean, at the hottest point, it can be. I mean, the water on my desk is literally boiling right now.
Okay, so I'm guessing you have either a metal or a glass desk, because if you had a wood desk, I mean, you're gonna ruin the varnish on that.
I have a plastic desk.
Oh my God!
I
What
didn't
is it? Heavy duty?
bottle.
Is it heat resistant?
I mean, it has been so far.
Is your skin sticking to it?
I'm not at my desk. I'm on the floor.
Wait. How are
My
you?
water bottle's definitely stuck to it.
Wait, are you not on a desktop? You're on a laptop, a crap top?
I'm on a crap top.
Oh man, that's so sad. That is so sad. No wonder why you barely have any frames up on that. Oh man. You do know you have to literally go inside your laptop and change the hardwares, right? Like the parts up in there, right? Because companies now, they're literally telling you that you have like they say that you have like 16 gigs of RAM. Really, you have like 10 or 7. Like if you look at it, instead of having like 8 chips, you have 4 chips on that RAM card. Yeah.
Hopefully I can. Yeah, I'm still figuring out how to modify it without blowing something up.
It's called YouTube.
Luckily, Mom's friends with some people who know how to do tech stuff.
Dude, okay, so you know how I built my my beast of a PC without knowing how to do it
Really?
first?
That's pretty cool.
I watched YouTube. I learned about parts, and I did it for like a week, a whole freaking week. And then after that,
It's a long time.
is it really? Is it really a long time? I mean, I
that's
did.
pretty short.
Yeah, exactly.
Spending a week building a PC in a week seems like really, really fast.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was common. I mean, how's it not? How's that fast?
It feels like getting all the parts and putting it together would be something like a month-long process at least.
Okay, basically, so when I use the my PC builder, one of those PC builder websites too, so you're not bottlenecking it and all the parts actually fit together like the perfect puzzle that it's supposed to be, right? So basically, I just if you know certain keywords, it saves you years of time, almost literally years of time. So it's like what to look for in hardware. And what to look for in hardware is you look for the speed, and you look for just the size of the read and writing, right? If it's not solid state drive, you look for the read and write speeds, and that's basically about it. Other than the size is easy as crap. And if you want to look at the colors because you have an open tower, then fine, whatever. Or you can just paint it, whatever. I mean, you're not paint it, but you know what I mean. You color it different. You get different sleeves or whatever. But basically, you just look for like what to look for when buying blah 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 blah, or before you buy blah 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 blah, or important things before buying blah 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 blah, and there you go. Then you can get that blah 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 blah. It's that freaking simple, and you skip all of the unnecessary learning. And any definition you don't know, you literally just look up that definition, maybe watch some YouTube to see how it's applied to whatever appliance, and then you understand it. Most of it is just learning definitions and keywords. That's about it, really.
So you just watched a video of like everything to buy.
No, I've watched
everything.
multiple videos of each part, and there we go. And then
Multiple videos of what to buy. You bought it all, and then you watch videos of putting it together, and you put it together.
yeah. But I never followed a person's build because a person's build is a person's build. I just acquired the knowledge so I can build my own stuff, basically. Well, more like assemble it. But yeah,
So
it's
you went from not knowing anything to having your PC built within a week.
Pretty much. I mean, if you just study and then sometimes you listen to music and then you game at the same time that you're studying at the same time, then
Easy, dude.
yeah, and then and you also sometimes you can go on Twitch, twitch.tv, .com, whatever, and you find you talk to some people, you see their nice rigs, their setups, and you'll ask them a few questions about this here and there, then you'll ask a few other people here and there, and there you go. And then sometimes, they'll give you some suggestions. Or like, oh, well, if you're going to spend that much money, you might as well just get this right here. And you're like, oh, sweet. It would have probably taken me like, I don't know, maybe 3 additional hours to come across this piece right here. And basically, what you want to do is do it as fast as you possibly can because those prices will fluctuate. And, one day it might be $50 less. One day it might be $120 more. One day, and you can't, get it like close to Christmas. Everyone's like, why don't you just wait to close to Christmas so you can get those Black Friday sales? I'm like, why don't I just be a dumb idiot and wait till literally all the good shit is like $1,000 more or purchased by some rich person who's selling it for $1,000 more? Yeah, why don't I be stupid? Why don't I do that? Learn how companies work. Learn that first. And that's when you get all the good parts. You wait
Buying
till
it at Christmas, buying it at holidays seems dumb. Buying
Yeah.
it at just a random time of year seems smart.
you buy it
Robbing
3
the
months
company and getting it for
before,
free.
you know, before any big things, before any reason to like, you know, purchase anything. That's when you buy it. That's when you do it. Because, you know, it's like 3 months of not buying stuff. They still need to, you know, cover their costs, their expenses, blah, 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 blah. And then they can also, you know, have that. That's when they usually have that price there, right? That nice low, you know, medium, almost fairish price, whatever. And then 2 months before, you know, a holiday, that's when they'll mark it up by like 10-ish, 25%. Then 1 month before the holiday, they'll mark it up, you know, way too much. And then on the holiday, they'll give you the sale, which basically is basically just 25% or like 45% more than the actual asking price. And that's how you get the deals when there's no
Technically a
deals.
sale, even like, oh, it's 50% off, even though we doubled the price yesterday.
Exactly. So they're still making more money than if you would have just bought it 3 months earlier. And
With Black Friday, they raise the prices and then lower them in a lot of cases.
yeah. And then sometimes you're like, oh yeah, sorry, we were all out. And then you're just all like, what? Yeah, but you know, don't worry, you're on the rating list, and it's gonna cost a little bit more because it's after Black Friday. And then you're just like, a little bit more, well, you know, 25% more. And then you're just like, fuck you. And have you noticed how we're actually talking about educational stuff, and we're no longer small talking?
I consider talking about anything pretty much small talk.